Welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to Solopreneur Success Strategies. And today it's Freebie Fridays. Always good to have free when it comes to Freebie Friday. And yes, I did say that, Freebie Friday. It's all about bootstrapping when you're a solopreneur because you want to start a business without having to spend a lot of money on all your software that you need to run your business. And we've been looking at various types of software and tools that you can use in your business, and you can check them all out at my YouTube channel at jgtips.com/YouTube. Just look for Freebie Fridays. And today we're going to look at one I'm sure you've heard of, but probably never gone and have a look at. That's called OpenOffice, which is at openoffice.org. This is supposedly the equivalent to having Microsoft Office 365, which I'm sure you all know is fairly, sorry, I shouldn't use the word expensive. But for those of you starting out, it's a good place to start with openoffice.org. So let's go and have a look at what there is in OpenOffice, because like you, I haven't even looked at it because I started out with Office, so you know. So this is openoffice.org for those of you on audio, openoffice.org. It's free, it's great software, and they even tell you why you should be using it. It's done by Apache OpenOffice. It's open source, which means that the code, I believe, is available for people to use to adapt and create new software from it. And it's an Office software suite for word processing, i.e. Word equivalent, spreadsheets, i.e. Excel equivalent, presentations, i.e. PowerPoint equivalent, graphics. Well, there isn't too much graphics in Office. Yeah, Office, whatever. Databases, I use that all the time, which equivalent to Access. And it's available in many languages and works on all common computers, which is good to know because, of course, for other software, you always have to make sure you buy the one that's correct for your Windows or Mac or other types of systems. So it's an international open standard format. I'm not sure what that means. And it can also read and write files from other common software packages. Well, that's a good one. And it can be used completely free of charge for any purpose. So what's this international open standard format? Well, they don't have a link, so we can't find out. So why are we going to use it? Because it's great software. Why is it great software? Well, they tell you. Because it's a result of 20 years of continuous high-quality software engineering. Okay. It's open source, and it's a mature, reliable product. So it's standalone. I wonder if you can use it in the cloud. It doesn't look like. It looks like you have to download it. It can run on Windows, Linux, Sun, Solaris, and Mac. And it contains all the Office software you need in one single package. So you just have to install it once. And for example, it has features like the ability to create PDF files when you want to guarantee what the recipient sees on your computer. Well, that's a good thing, because I know with the others you have to go and get a separate Adobe PDF for that. And it's got various extensions. And it's anyone looking can look at the program and suggest improvements. Well, yeah, I'm not a software provider, so let's see if it's easy to use. Why is it easy to use? Because it's easy to install and use for beginners. It's familiar. It uses a similar format to Office, I think, and so it doesn't. You can use it in other software too. You can move it from move files from Office to Microsoft Office, and it's no need to read types when you have it, because of course when you wanted to be able to transfer a file from Windows to Mac, it's quite difficult. You actually need a software to change it. So OpenOffice has created it so you can swap files between any computers. And it's part of a community, but we don't care about that. And it's free. Yes, it's free software. It means it's free to download, free to install on as many PCs as you like. Well, that's good. Free to pass copies to as many people as you like. And you can use it for private, educational, public, administration, and commercial. Really, really free. And why is it free? Well, thanks to donations, it's free to use, and also the open source software means that it's free as well because they have lots of people who are updating it, etc. So let's see. Is it worth installing it? I don't know. Let's see. The product. Here, let's have a look at the product and see what's in it. Okay, you can get a word processor. You can even write an entire book using the writer. Calc, C-A-L-C, is a spreadsheet, powerful spreadsheet with all the tools you need to calculate, analyze, and present your data and numerical reports. Impress, I-M-P-R-E-S-S, is a great way to do multimedia presentations. Draw lets you produce everything from simple diagrams to 3D illustrations. I might have to get this one. Base, B-A-S-E, lets you manipulate databases seamlessly, modify tables, forms, queries, and reports. And Math lets you create mathematical equations with a graphical user interface or directly typing the formula into the equation editor. Well, it certainly has got a bit more than Office does. So obviously they want to, I'm not sure, there's few languages it's not in, so if it's not in your language, it will be soon. And of course, anyone can download it. So let's see what else you've got. So well, I guess you have to download it in one install, right? So you can't. Okay. Let's see what happens when you try to install it. Oh no, that was just announcing it. Oops. It's just about, they've got a new version. Oops. Okay. And let's see if you download it. Okay, you can select your favorite operating system and then download it in whatever language you like. So full installation is 134 megabytes for those of you who, and if you want to know, for your computer. And you can also download a language pack if you need it. And that's good. Yeah, so I'm not going to download it today because it doesn't need to be downloaded. I can certainly download it later and look at it. So for those of you who are starting out, I think it's well worth adding Office, OpenOffice to your computer to use, because I think one of the biggest issues with software now, especially used for the office, is that there's not very much compatibility between Windows and Mac computers, as well as the expense of buying the software, as well as the incompatibility for different languages. Or you may have to pay, I certainly have to pay, I have to pay a lot of money for an accounting program that we use. And it can only be used on one computer, but it's worth it just to save us time at the end of the year when it comes to creating our accounts for the accountant and for the bookkeeper. So you always have to consider what you need to do with your business in terms of what kind of software you can afford. And I mean, I can download OpenOffice right now and have it on my computer and use it and try out the 3D drawing and the math equations, and even try out the database. Maybe that'll be easier to use than the one that I pay a lot of money for. So there you go. If you haven't actually ever looked at OpenOffice, I'm sure you've probably heard of the idea of it. Why don't you download it and try it out? It's available for any computer system, and I've shown you how many megabytes it requires. It's at openoffice.org. And next week, we'll have a look at another of the 100 free online tools I have in my ebook. That was one of them, is at jgtips.com/100. It's an ebook which has over 100 office software and tools that you can use in your business to save you time and money. Because as a solopreneur, you need to be able to save time and money in order to make the profit. So that's why I do Freebie Fridays. And if you want to go and have a look at some of the other software and tools that I've talked about in terms of what shows I've done before, they're at my YouTube channel, and I don't have I'll have to put the slide up. It's at jgtips.com/YouTube. And you look for the Solopreneur Success Strategies channel, and on the playlist there, they'll have Freebie Fridays, and you can have a look. It's a collection of some of the tools that I've gone over in the last few months. So thank you for listening. This is Jane Gardner at jane-gardner.com, and we'll see you next week with another free software or tool that can be useful in your business.